What's up with your people?
Hello. So, today we are going to be talking about lessons of school. So, what we think you should and should not do in school, specifically high school. Um, I'll start off.
Oh, let me go first.
No.
I got some great tips.
I am a high school teacher. So, you all kind of annoy me.
This is lame.
So,
This is lame.
You are lame.
The best in the city.
So I'll do one and then you can do one and we'll go back and forth. How about
Okay,
that?
that'll work.
Okay, so please, for the love of God and everything else in life, try in school. Just try. I mean, like, you don't have to be the best, most excellent student. You don't have to have straight A's. You don't have to go out for every single little club and activity. I do not care about that. But just try. Like, the most basic bottom line for getting through a job, school, life is trying. So, yeah.
Trial and error is the best teacher in my era, in my opinion.
Oh, no.
So it definitely try for sure in everything that you do. But if we talking about school tips,
Yeah. Like, don't be lazy.
look.
Just do what is actually required of you because honestly, let's be truthful. It's not like you're asked to do like anything outrageous.
This tip is coming from a student who only went to school 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah. Totally different perspective over
and
here.
still graduated with 3.0.
That's not
But look, I'm not encouraging you to
bite my
miss
lips
school.
on this.
I'm not encouraging you to miss school in whatever capacity. But if you do, simply email your teachers that, hey, I'm not going to be here today. Is it possible that I can do the work online and email it to you? Or is the assignment online? Can I submit it to you?
Yeah, I have that in my notes for something else. But
It
yeah.
that goes a long way because at least in this generation that's coming up, and I guess you can say this present generation now.
Yes.
Some this is a lot. Some of them feels entitled to they can be 3 months late on an assignment, turn the assignment in, still get full credit, and for it to be graded in like that day.
And I'm the fool that kind of allows that just because I want my kids to do well enough to pass my class. But I am telling you, every year I am harsher with things because I have less like acceptance of student BS.
Yeah,
So
like
yeah.
don't be the wimp. Just like if you go miss, just like hey, email them. That shows that you care enough to at least email them.
Yeah.
If you don't do the assignment, then that's on you.
So
But email them, do the assignment, send it. That way you still get your grade.
yeah.
So you really ain't miss out on nothing.
My next
And then you straight.
my next thing does go with that, so I'm just gonna add on to it. And like I had said, I did mention like just email us. But my whole thing was turn your things in on time.
Yeah.
And the thing is that like for some reason if you cannot make it to school or XYZ, then yeah, please send an email because at least then I feel like I want to accommodate you.
Yeah.
But when you are turning things in a day or two late, okay, like I'm not super frustrated. I'm a little frustrated because I had asked and I give my students like 2 to 3 weeks usually to do an assignment. Sometimes I require it like within that week because I just need that grade in, but I give a lot of time. So when you guys come in and hand me something or want to turn something in like weeks upon weeks later or a month later and we've already taken the test, then honestly there's like no point. And I think this year, I'm not gonna lie, if you're one of the students that goes to the school that I go to or work at, and people have been talking about me, but I think I might just give zeros. If the test has already passed and you didn't do an assignment, I'm just going to give you whatever your test grade is, because what's the point in doing it again? I mean, for real.
Yeah, it's
So
just don't be you
just
like
turn it
she
in,
said. You ain't gotta be
contact
no
us.
excellent student. You ain't gotta be A1 in everything you do.
No,
Like
I definitely wasn't.
you could really be stupid and still pass. Like when I was in her class, all I got was 70s. So it's like
He did try though. Like you put in enough effort.
just to get me by and get
Yeah,
gone. So it's like
you showed some amount of like, okay, I'm going to do the best I can for this class.
yeah.
That's all I'm
I
asking
mean,
for, literally.
and that goes into my second tip. Like depending on the school, like because I know at least a lot of Florida Florida high schools have similar campuses. So like you have a certain time to walk to each class and vice versa. Show up. You ain't gotta do the work, bro. Like if you one of them kids that got them parents that's like go to school and you know you gotta go to school because you ain't got no car to ditch in, or like you know you ride the bus, so you got to go to school. But just go be there for attendance, have some good attendance. You ain't gotta do the work. There's a lot of teachers that's really really cool.
You
Like
don't have
that,
to do the work. What
like
does that mean?
look like if they over there complaining and then they bitching about something, just let them sit there and cry. But at least they got good attendance. You'll get an award for something. It wouldn't be academic though.
I mean, I will say that like I I'm a invested enough teacher that I will try to talk to you or motivate you to do something. But like I said, I'm the three try kind of girly. So like if I try with you three times like that day or that week, then I just start to leave you. And then if you're a kid that like honestly is just like never doing anything or never really showing up, I'll talk to you. And I'd love to have where like I can break through with that type of student. But
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, that's really hard to
Yeah.
break it through with a student like that. And so my time and energy needs to be invested elsewhere.
Yeah. And everybody introverted these days. Some of them for real introverted. Some of them be trying to be
It's
introverted.
and it's not really even the introverted
I'm like,
part, because I feel like I can do fine with students that are like that. It's more that like you show up maybe two times a month, maybe
yeah.
4 or 5 times a month if you're really invested, and then you come in and you sit your head down. And I hate saying that as an educator. I absolutely hate saying that, like I would just leave them. And I don't just leave them. Like I said, I do approach them, I do try to get them back on track, but they're not the person that I'm going to sit next to motivate them, because honestly at that point I really think that they need to be like put in one of the special like graduation programs to like make sure that they're back on track.
Yeah. I mean, like everybody's journey is different. And then my third tip is just be respectful.
Oh, that would be
Be respect. Be
nice.
on good terms with people.
I'd love that.
I was on good terms with everybody. Down to the lunch lady. I'm talking about free cookies and
Yeah.
everything. Like have good respect. Have good manners. Not a lot of people have manners anymore. So have good manners. Have good respect. And honestly, I always keep you some snacks. This school food nasty. I'm gonna keep it a buck and a bean.
Yeah,
It's not
don't
like the
ask
elementary
everyone else
school
for your
food anymore.
snacks. It kind of gets annoying and it's
Bring
not
your
very
own
attractive.
snacks.
It's not
Like
attractive at all.
a lot of schools is right next to a gas station. Probably right next to a little fast food spot. Bring you like one of them little thermal lunch bags or something. You know, get you some McDonald's fries or something. Just put them in there so they'll be hot when you eat them. Like bring you some snacks. Some teachers tolerate eating in their room. Some don't.
I do.
But this school
I
food
might
nasty.
not though if kids can't pick up after themselves. I'm no maid to anyone. I don't even like to pick up after myself, and
Yeah.
I have to do that. So I'm not your mama.
Yeah, this school food nasty nowadays. Oh, crazy story. The one time that I went to go buy school lunch, well, not buy, I had free school lunch. It was like a Mexican pizza. I bit into it. I promise you not, it was a brick. You could have assaulted somebody with that damn Mexican pizza. It was horrible. I was so pissed off. I thought I lost a tooth. I threw it away and I got mad. So
That's sad.
keep you some snacks on you, bro. It go come in handy, I promise.
I will say that most um, food companies that supply food for high schools and colleges also supply food for prisons.
Yeah,
So just think about that.
yeah. I mean, like you already in one anyway, so
Oh my god.
you might as well just thug it out.
Y'all,
So
it's so dramatic.
I mean,
Moving on to
it's not
another
elementary school food so far.
lesson.
Elementary, we not even going. That's another video
That is another
itself.
video
That's a
because I do agree.
I love
But
elementary school food.
moving on to another lesson is take those harder and like random skilled classes. So, and I'm not saying you have to do like amazing in it. And I know a lot of people like I don't want my GPA to suffer, blah 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 blah. But it's like, but you're getting like a really good experience out of just trying and doing these things. And man, when I went to college and I started to finally get onto the path that I wanted to pursue my degree in, I look back and I'm like, crap, like if I had taken that one random class or like actually tried in that one
It
class,
would have been a different.
it would have been so different. And I probably could have cut the time I spent in college trying to develop these skills. So just like give it a go. Like you never know. Like if you have a free open slot in your um schedule, try an AP class, try a random like skill-based class like journaling or photography or something. You really never know where these things are going to take you and where it may end up helping you along the way.
The best I did was honors classes. Uh,
I'm not
I
saying
wasn't a
honors
big
is
smart
bad.
aleck.
I'm just saying
Oh,
like
not for me. Shoot, when I see honors on my schedule, I was too tired. I was like, damn, I'm smart as fuck.
I
And
really
then
don't want to pop your bubble, but
this
may I
little
pop
shorty
your
came over here and had like AP classes, all 5 classes. I said, you know
but
what?
can I pop your bubble about
Showing
the
off.
honors thing?
Look, I know everybody gets enrolled in them jets.
Oh, okay.
I just felt special. So I'm saying
Everyone
it
does
was
feel
great.
special when they get into the honors, and I think that that is super important and valid, and I'm not trying to take that away. But they also, at least at our school, they provide juniors and seniors that extra credit. Yeah, that extra GPA credit point, which I think is really nice. So
I was smart enough. I loved it.
you're not dumb.
I was a great student.
I think you could focus a little bit more on different things and
But you know, my attendance was A1. I was there 5 days a week, whole year. So I'm lying. I'm lying so bad. But my last.
his junior year, it was like if you saw him, it was his ghost, his shadow.
Oh yeah.
Like I never saw that kid
And like before, it
during
was
his
like
junior year.
really strict on dress code. Like before all that, but I used to come in like, I kid you not, I had like a fight with my dogs one morning, and I was just trying to get out the house. I was actually trying to go to school for the one time, and I kid you not, my dog, she bit like a piece of fabric out the right side of my pants,
On his
like
butt.
on my butt, and I still
I
came to
think
school
that
with
was
it.
my year that I had you, I think.
Yep,
Yeah.
I ain't give a damn.
I
I
remember
still
a
wore
lot
the
of people
pants.
pointing out to him being like, you know
Yeah,
that I can
I
see
ain't
your
care.
boxers.
I mean, I was just trying to get it out, have me a little hoodie on. Sometimes I would throw on a beanie. As long as I had my headphones, my wallet, my phone, and a little money for some snacks, it wasn't telling me nothing.
Yeah, you guys are like big looking bums when you go to
As
school.
long as I'm comfortable. So, and my closing tip is find a good group of people. You ain't gotta be no. You could be alone if you want to. You know, you go sit by yourself.
Or you don't have to have a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Just out like, it's known that you're not gonna talk to damn near any of the people that you come to high school with. Like
I
freshman
mean,
year, you start out with 10.
some people do like
Yeah, congregate really tough. But like my freshman year started
Or
with
they
10.
never leave that friend group, which is kind of insane.
Then
But
junior year you'll probably have like 6. Then sophomore year you'll probably have like 6. Junior year you'll probably have like 4, and then that senior year you'll probably be leaving with 3 or 2. But like I have like those 1 or 2 people, or just like a good little general group that kind of elevates you through that freshman or senior year.
yeah,
Like either whether it's the same class or they just some funny people or just some good people to be around after school. Just have you a nice little group. I had like my little group. Well, I had a group, but I was cool with like everybody, so it really wasn't a bad time.
yes,
But just
James won prom king,
Prime
so we
King, look,
know where
I wasn't
he
even in
landed in
school. You
the
see what I'm saying?
popularity
I
friendship
would. I'm talking about
sector of high school.
school was like a bad job to be. Did not want to be there.
You know what's insane
Still
is the
clock
fact that
me in
you
those.
did get prom king and you were never there. And I literally went to school almost all the time, not in elementary and like intermediate. I did skip a lot of school for personal reasons, but I tried to like be there all the time for middle and high school just so that I could get out. Like I wanted out so
Hmm.
badly, and I was there all the time, and I ran out as far as possible. And then this kid was never there, and he's best friends with every single person.
Yeah. I love my life. Even when I hated it, I loved it. And I walked out notorious prom king.
But I think there's something to say with like what James had previously said about like being respectful, and like for one, you're a charismatic person, so I
Yeah.
think you gravitate well towards everyone because you can talk to basically everyone
Hmm.
because you have those skills, but you also truly are like respectful. Like honestly, James is probably the first student I ever had that did email me or contact me when he was out. And I remember saying that to like a few different teachers, and they're like, oh my God, that is like an golden student
Student,
to
yeah.
have. And then like every year that I was there, so I had James his sophomore year, so I was there 2 more years, so a total of 3 years. I feel like every year I was there up till your senior year, I would meet more and more teachers and students that were like, yeah, my BFF, James, or a teacher being like, yeah, I totally let him slide on this one thing that he did because he's James. And I was like, oh my God.
I definitely
Don't
got
let
away
that
with.
get to your head though, bro. You don't need a big ego.
Yeah, I definitely got away with murder in some cases.
Oh my God, yeah.
But that that senior year, I appreciated everybody on my journey. I loved everybody, and they made my life a lot easier. And I hope that my charismaticness, that's a word, helped them in they little moments that you don't see fighting. Everybody's human, so everybody's fighting something that's not to the light. So but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking about murder in the first degree,
Oh my God,
brutal,
everything.
homicide, all that.
But to kind of wrap this up, my last lesson is don't feel pressured to go to college. Don't feel pressured to know exactly what you're going to do. Don't feel pressured to have, like I said, a degree all planned out. When I was a senior, I did not um, apply for more than 3 colleges, and I applied for all 3 colleges last minute. I mean, like right before the deadline.
Oi.
And I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but truly, I just was making shit up in my head,
Yeah.
And like I'm a Gemini through and through because I literally kept jumping from one thing to the next when I was in high school, and even growing up I was like, this is what I want to do, and I kind of come back later on and be like, that maybe is something I want to do, but then you know reality kind of set in.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say though is I get students that feel so much pressure to have like a high GPA or to take these classes or you know do X, Y, and Z in their life. And it's like, honestly, like we were saying previously in another episode, that change happens in your life whether you want it or not.
It gotta
Life,
happen.
you cannot control life.
Yeah.
And shit, it would be nice if you could. I'm not going to lie, because I would not have my ex broke up with me, or I would have never just dated that dude. Because sometimes recently I kind of think, man, I wish I had my 6 months back. But
Yeah, that'd be so much.
but just like go with the flow. Definitely try and like apply to things and do things, but you never know where it's going to take you, and you just kind of have to accept that.
Yeah, just put the seatbelt on and get ready for war. At that point, I mean, be equipped enough to handle the things that comes at you, but it's to an extent where it's almost like you're in a dark room. You're just trying to find all the light switches and navigate through the house, if you will. So, I mean, with me, if you would have asked me 6 months ago what I would be doing at this point in time right now, I would have not. It would have not been this. But I'm enjoying it, and I've met some really good people.
I
So
never wanted to teach. When I was getting my degree and like finally settling into the degree that I have now, I always thought that I wanted to do science communication and outreach. And teaching kind of falls into that, but I wanted to work at like an aquarium or a museum or some like nonprofit. And teaching was not ever on my mind.
mhm.
I think I am good at it. I think I make good connections with kids, and I hope that what I say to them, like these types of things, helps alleviate some of the pressure. But yeah, no, that was definitely not my
Yeah,
not my main goal. And I remember my first year, I had students that would literally be like, "You need to leave after this year and go do something with the degrees you got. Like you need to go, like go do something." And well, I'm finally trying. So
just embrace it and love it, even
yeah.
if you hate it. Just love it still. So those are my tips. Please look. I barely went to school,
Yeah.
so those
So
tips go help. I know. So just turn up, have a little fun, but don't be stupid. Be responsible. Email your teachers. Be responsible. Have manners. Show up if you ain't gonna do nothing. At least, yeah, everything should work out.
yes, yeah. Um just try. Just do the bare minimum and your teachers are probably going to love you.
At that
So,
point.
and your GPA will be good too, and that really will help you in the long run whether you are applying for college, trade school, or a job. So, we hope that these little lessons will help you all out, and leave us a comment for any suggestions that you think should be shared, and subscribe and follow.
Y'all be great, young bucks.